ESPN presents the best in bodybuilding from the capital of bodybuilding, Southern California. You're looking at the city where it was popular before anybody else was doing it. Bodybuilding in Los Angeles. Tonight, Gail Rebian puts her LA Championship title on the line as she competes in the Tournament of Champions. You'll also see Marina Herbert as she battles back from an injury she sustained in an automobile accident. Heavyweight Deborah Rolfe is here to show us that ballet and bodybuilding can go hand in hand. And one of the overall favorites, Heather Tristany, 5'6", 126 pounds. She knows karate, she knows body surfing, and she knows how to win. They're all here for the Tournament of Champions in Redondo Beach, California. Hi everybody, I'm Joe Fowler along with Corey Everson, and this is an important event if for only one reason. It's the Mecca of bodybuilding, Southern California.
California is where usually things start, whether it's fashion or different sports, and this is the capital.
Your backyard. I mean, this is where you train, where you work.
Tremendous athletes come out of California.
It's a way of life here, folks. I mean, fitness and LA goes hand in hand. Everyone does it. Okay, prejudging. Oh, prejudging. You've been involved in prejudging before. Let's show some videotape of that glorious event, the star-studded event called prejudging. Actually, there is no glory here. You just do the best you can in front of hot lights and many judges.
Definitely, and you're really lucky if you can leave stage without getting cramped or dizzy.
Well, now, the judges, you're dealing with several hours, are you not?
Oh, between 2 and 4 hours.
Okay. In that course of time, do you meet the judges? Are you allowed to talk with them? Does it have to be afterwards? Or
You're
what?
allowed to speak with them afterwards. They're very approachable. If you want to get some constructive criticism, you can go up to the judges and say, what do I need to work on to improve myself in the future? But during the contest, really, you have no contact with the judges because you're on one side of the stage and they're on the other.
And speaking of that stage, as you can see behind us, it's beautiful. Neon is the theme. It's gorgeous. And behind the stage, Taylor Lee will be joining us throughout the broadcast with some backstage insight. But first up, we're going to have the mixed pairs for you tonight from the Tournament of Champions. Stay with us. Everson with you from Redondo Beach, California. We're ready to begin. Tonight will include mixed pairs and women's competition. We'll start it with the mixed pairs. And onto the stage from the left. Go, the newlyweds. No. We're back in the pump-up. Well, little towel pulling action.
Yeah.
Back there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more couples to go. On stage now, Thomas Garces and Christine Coberly.
You know, that towel pump-up actually works quite well. What they were doing was they were working their triceps, their shoulders, and their back at the end. Let me tell you, that really does work.
like a tug-of-war.
Yes.
We're going to see Christine in the women's competition a little bit later in the show.
She's really got long legs. With couples contests, the posing, you've got to spend twice as much time on the posing because each movement has to be timed with the other athlete, and it's much more difficult.
There's a lot of choreography involved.
Even the simplest moves, just the slow movements, the looks, the way your head turns.
These two work together at the Hilton Hotel in Anaheim. Somehow, someway, bodybuilding crept into their conversation. And now you see them together on stage for all of us to enjoy. They hold their poses quite long.
Gives the judges time to assess their physique. Uh-oh, don't look, Joe.
Can you kiss?
Yes, I guess you can.
Thomas and Christine. Thomas Garces, Christine Coberly. Now on Steve Rance and Diane Darrell leave the stage. You can't really fake the judges out, can you? You have to really have worked together and maneuver together.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you can fake the judges out. Jeff and I won a championship one year when the music man put the wrong music on, and we made up a routine on stage. So it still boils down to the best physiques win.
Oh, that's something. Shane McGolgan and Cheryl Sandy on stage now for you. Shane's the guy. Cheryl's
Thank
the
you,
girl.
Joe.
And they're going to, I like their starting position. Shane is not very far from home. He's from Redondo Beach. He owns the Pulse Fitness Center here in town. So there's no excuse. This man is a workout animal in his own complex.
A very good-looking couple on stage.
You know, their coloring is identical, which I haven't seen from all of the competitors.
Their skin
here.
tone?
Yes, the skin tone.
Yes. That's another thing. You know, you've got to make sure that your skin tone matches. But as good as their skin tone looks now, in a week from now, their skin, because it's usually fake coloring, is going to look like they have leopard teeth. It starts peeling off, and it looks really bad.
You know, I don't know. These are beach people. It almost looks natural. Maybe my eyes deceive me. This is your business, but I'll tell you, it really looks very natural.
You can't really tell the difference between a natural tan and a fake tan.
Except when the fake rubs off on your light-colored outfit.
Yeah, or later on in a week from now when they look like they look. These poses are beautiful. She's a very beautiful woman. We haven't seen a couple yet that's totally on target, though.
By on target, you mean?
Totally physically prepared. I mean, so far they're all a little bit smooth. I don't know if it's because they don't take couples as seriously as they would in open contests.
Are they making up for it in this performance, though?
It's a beautiful performance.
Wow. Let me unfog the glasses, and we'll take you backstage. Taylor Lee is there, and she'll talk with Shane and Cheryl.
Hey, you two really look at ease with each other out there.
We've been together for a while.
2 years.
2 years now, training every day?
Maybe one every other day.
Your routine looks nice as well. Was it professionally choreographed?
We have a girlfriend that helps us, Nicole Cummins, who's a Raiderette. She helps us do the thing.
Good job tonight. Congratulations.
Let's get back on stage and currently competing. Bruce Taylor and Gigi Ambandos. Gigi, we will see later on. Bruce, you've seen quite a bit of in your past.
Yes, I'm quite partial to Bruce. He was my first training partner that I ever had. He's a great competitor.
Well, then I expect great things from him here. He's
You
been
will.
associated with you.
Look at that! Standing back flip. Boom. That is excellent.
He delivers the goods.
He does. He's great. You know, he's got his degree in exercise physiology and kinesiology. And look at that body. He's great.
Now, you've got to be flexible to do that.
Yeah. This guy can do everything. And Gigi can too. She's been in this for 20 years, but what a great pair they are.
Oh, he's so thick.
And he does a standing back flip. These bodybuilders are not muscle bound. Ask Bruce Taylor. He really looks great. They look great as a couple. Beautiful. This is what I like to see in a couple. More than just posing. Okay, I mentioned earlier we haven't seen a couple that's totally put it together.
There they are.
Yes. And some.
Yeah, and it sticks out, I'll tell you. You are so correct. Just a great routine from Bruce Taylor and Gigi Ambandos.
And the bodies to back it up.
That's right. And we are coming back with you for the awards. They'll be given out. We'll find out who's number one right after this. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson back with you. Some of the awards have been given out, but we have yet to see who's going to win first. Corey, I know you like Bruce and Gigi.
I wonder. Of course I do.
That's just not a personal prejudice. You just thought they were absolutely far and away the best.
They got it.
Yep.
I mean, they're so good they could compete in a professional contest and score and do very well in them.
Shane McColgan and Cheryl Sandy in second, and there you see the winners. In the blue, being congratulated by Cheryl Sandy, Bruce Taylor and Gigi Ambandos. They were terrific.
I think they must have known it. They're not like surprised, that's for sure.
Well, they had a chance to watch the others before them. They knew what they were facing.
They ruled. These two ruled.
Terrific. They're going to give us another little sample. There you go.
I mean, they're choreographed even down to this. They even do the same poses for their awards.
Well, everything is structured. Their lives for the last few months have been very structured.
Oh, yeah. Egg whites and tuna.
Egg whites and tuna. It paid off. There are your champions, Bruce Taylor and Gigi Ambandos.
Great champions.
Our camera in the pump-up room shows you the concerted effort of lightweights, middleweights, and heavyweights getting ready for the continuation of our competition. Let's go to Taylor Lee with Bruce and Gigi.
And how do you choose a partner that you decide you want to spend practically the rest of your life with?
Well, I saw Gigi in a bodybuilding show, and I said, let's do mixed pairs. So we gave it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, you got some nice trophies there to show for it. Yeah, congratulations to you two.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Taylor Lee. We are now underway in the lightweight division, and already into her routine is Carla Bloom. 23 years old. She's 5'3", 123 pounds, Corey.
What a beautiful stage, too, this is.
I would suspect the level of competition is going to be above average in this competition for a simple reason. Most of these competitors are from the Southern California area, which is a hotbed.
It is a hotbed. I mean, it seems like a lot of people from Southern California already about 3 years advanced to most other athletes in bodybuilding.
All right, Carla.
This is a great routine. She's got a lot of...
But you don't like it when they stay low too long, do you?
Not really, because if you're a judge and you're sitting down on a low table, you can't really see the athlete when they're down. She could be a little bit more defined. She's a little bit smooth.
But she really has got a beautiful routine. It's different. I've never seen anything like it.
There goes Carla. Now you're taking a look at the pump-up room. We have plenty more from the lightweights division that are getting ready to hop up on the stage. In fact, the fourth place in pre-judging, Eva Wagmeister, 35 years old. She's on the stage now, and she too from Southern California. Marina Del Rey, 5'3", 103 pounds. Very subtle.
She's a little tiny girl, isn't she?
Out of Gold's Gym in Venice Beach.
Where she's a personal trainer and a former aerobics instructor.
But originally, this lady's from Argentina. That's where she attended college. Now see if you can spot the ballet in her background. Ballet and modern dance. So you're going to see a lively routine here.
Yeah, you can tell already. She's really slight. She's got very good definition in her muscles, but she needs to put on a little bit more thickness in that. She's got a good start.
Kickboxer, too. Throw a little bit of that in there.
Maybe she will.
Holding her poses with the beat of the music.
And a very energetic routine. Good choice of music.
All right, Eva Wagmeister leaves the stage. We're off to a terrific start. It's lively here, Corey.
It is.
The third ranked in pre-judging is Biba Furhat. She's 25 years old from Van Nuys, California. Starts right there on the boards.
These are great routines so far.
Well, they're so creative. I mean, they're finding ways to come up with something a little better than the one before.
Right. And there's unlimited ways you can show muscle definition. You don't have to do a typical bicep pose or lat spread to show it. All these girls are in really good shape, too.
Biba's 5'3", 110 pounds. Another member of the Gold's Gym family, formerly from France, where she danced. A dancer from France.
We have a lot of dancers in today's contest. I think that's one advantage, is if you're a dancer, you're usually not very intimidated and afraid to be out in front of people and to move. She's got tremendous definition in her back.
Biba works for the city of Van Nuys. And I guess in essence, she's representing the city of Van Nuys right here on this stage.
Great shot. She's got a little more muscle than the previous athlete.
Sure does. Now, mixed into this routine, she's having to show a specific number of body parts, and there is something set there. I mean,
Yeah.
It looks like there are a lot of variables, but...
Yeah. In between her little dance moves and her transitions, she's flexing each one of her body parts. Right now, she's doing her legs, her hamstrings, her tricep, her shoulder. There's her back, and also her back thigh, or leg bicep.
Terrific!
Beautiful routine.
Biba Furhat from Van Nuys, California. Now, next up, the second in pre-judging, Dawn Taylor hits the stage. You know, you were talking about how they're bringing dance into it. I think it's a matter of these ladies have been watching bodybuilding, and watching you for that matter, for the last few years, and they're just trying to top this. They're just trying to throw some more creativity into it.
They are, but in every female athlete that we've seen so far, they put it into their own style, and it becomes their stylized posing technique, which is very important. People start to recognize you by your posing style. Dawn was a little bit slower than Biba's was, which is fine. It's just her style.
I like her lats.
I'm sure you like more than that, Joe.
I respect what she goes through.
There's an abdominal shot. She's got very nice shape and symmetry. Lat spread.
All right, Dawn Taylor leaves the stage, completes her routine, and Taylor Lee's going to talk to her.
Dawn, tell me who you work out with every day.
Oh, I train with my boyfriend Scott, and we train real hard. I've been doing it for about 3 years now here in California.
How many hours a day?
In about 3 or 4, I'd say, lately.
Good deal. You look good out there.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ladies. The top-ranked lightweight comes your way next from the Tournament of Champions. Stay with us. Back in our competition, that could be Holland, that could be a used car lot in Southern California. The lights at the nighttime in Southern California. We are at Redondo Beach. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson. And now, the top rank of the lightweights, Gail Rebian. 40 years old, Corey. She's from Marina Del Rey, right next door. She's 5 foot, 114 pounds.
Well, it's obvious right off the bat why she won. She's got the most amount of thickness and definition and balance of any of the lightweights.
Wow, you know why I respect her so much? Because this lady never exercised till she was 33 years old.
Isn't that unbelievable?
And here she is among the best in her class.
See, people don't understand. You can start bodybuilding at any age, and at any age you're going to make benefits from it. It doesn't matter if you're 80 years old, you'll still benefit from it.
There, you're looking at an incentive right there on the stage. The lady won the Los Angeles Bodybuilding Championships.
She has exceptional calves. Wait till you see her from the front shot. She's got beautiful calves.
We've got all kinds of good camera angles on them tonight. Tracking every angle. There's the back. She's a beautician. That explains the beautiful hair.
Yeah.
It really does.
She's not as fluent of a poser as some of the other athletes, but her body is above the rest of them.
Well, let's have a word with her. Taylor Lee backstage to talk with Gail Rebian.
Gail, tell me the story about a bicycle and bodybuilding. I gotta hear this.
I went to buy a bicycle, and there was this little gym next door, and I was looking in the window, and I stopped in and asked them if they could teach me how to do this. And this guy said, sure, I thought it was a joke. And he gave me a routine, and I've been training 7 days a week, 7 years for 7 days a week since.
You did well. The audience loved you.
Thanks.
Thank you, ladies. The middleweights are already on stage. In fact, Christine Coberly is on stage. I want you to add you have a calculator? 7 years, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
What she was saying. Christine is 31 years old, 5'6", 128 pounds. We saw her a little earlier in the mixed pairs, where she placed 4th with Thomas Gardner.
She has a lot of control on stage. Moves very nice.
A former gymnast.
That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
One of the things people think that bodybuilders are narcissistic, and actually we're not. I mean...
Well, you spend a lot of time looking at yourselves in a mirror.
Yeah, but it's all constructive. I mean, who wants to spend 2 hours a day in the gym and diet properly and do aerobics and not look good? I mean, of course you're going to do it to make yourself look better. But it's not a conceited love of yourself. It's just wanting to improve your physique.
And what
completely different.
you have to put up with publicly. I mean, you can't go anywhere
That's
without
true.
being noticed.
A lot of long sleeve shirts.
It's a curse and a blessing, huh? Christine on the stage now. Trained for 14 years. Training since she was in high school.
Really a nice routine. She carries a little bit too much body fat in her lower body, which is the typical area where most women do carry too much body fat.
So what's the exercise for that?
Well, it's long-term exercise. There's not one single exercise. Squatting and leg extensions, they're all good exercises for your legs, but it's to do it consistently and frequently for a long period of time. It's a hard area to hone down for women. That's a beautiful pose.
Very dramatic with her routine.
Yeah. I think another year of hard training she'll be way up there.
Well, she's moving up. She was ranked 5th in pre-judging. Here's your pump-up room. Not too much chit-chat going on back there.
No. A lot of nerve.
A lot of nerves.
A lot of concentration on what your routine's going to be like. You're really focused.
But a vital part of preparing for being right there on stage.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Brewer is up. She's 25, 5'3", 118 pounds, from Encinitas, California. And she placed 4th. Beautiful lady.
One of the things that's unusual about bodybuilding is the only sport where what you do in training has nothing to do with what you do in contest shape. I mean, look what they're doing now. They're posing. They don't have any dumbbells and barbells with them, and that's what your whole training is. Look at swimming. You're in the pool, and you compete in the pool. In tennis, you're on the court, you're practicing on the court, and you compete on the court.
gymnastics. You practice on the uneven bars, you compete on the uneven bars, but bodybuilding is something totally unusual. You practice in the gym, but you compete on stage. Makes perfect sense to me.
I'll buy that. Jacqueline might have the same problem Christine had. You mentioned lower body.
Yeah,
Get another shot there.
Yes, absolutely. Once again, I'm totally impressed with this contest with the posing style, and all these women are advanced posers. They're beautiful posers.
Jacqueline Brewer bids the fans adieu, and we've got more from the middleweights coming your way when we come back to the Tournament of Champions. Stay with us. That's Hollywood, folks. Pantages Theater, Hollywood Boulevard. Well, we're in the shadows of Hollywood at Redondo Beach. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson coming at you with more of the Tournament of Champions. We're in the middleweight division. On the stage now, Marina Herbert, 25 years old, 5'6", 119 pounds. In prejudging, she finished third, and she chooses to show us what you would call her strength, maybe, when you start off showing the back?
Yeah, sometimes you like to smack the judges with your best body part first. What I noticed first was her music. Right away, that set me in a certain mood. This music from Flashdance, excellent music.
Very, very dark.
Yes.
Very, very dark.
And mind you, that tan is probably not natural. Most of the athletes use sort of a paint-on tan to save their skin from being in the sun too much.
Well, she's originally from England. She didn't get it over there.
That's for sure.
In fact, she just received American citizenship.
And she started bodybuilding when she was in a car accident and started rehabilitation and became more and more advanced into bodybuilding and ended up competing.
Marina Herbert ends her routine and makes way for Gigi Ambandos, who will be next. We saw her in mixed pairs, but now let's meet Gigi off the stage.
My main reason for getting involved in the sport of bodybuilding was after 20 years of gymnastics and people asking me if I was a bodybuilder and me saying no, I finally decided to get involved with the sport. And now when they ask me, I can say yes. The many years of dedication that gymnastics took for me at a young age, the diet and everything that lay a good foundation for my bodybuilding now. I feel women's bodybuilding has taken a change for the better. I feel we're being more accepted in the bodybuilding world itself and taken more seriously now. And also the general public seems to accept us too. Our most important feature though is to stay feminine. And I feel that by the way I work out and the way I feel when I'm working out, femininity will be the key factor in keeping women's bodybuilding alive. After putting all those hours in the gym, one of the most hardest things for a bodybuilder to do is get up on stage, perform their routine. I feel most comfortable though when I'm in front of that audience because I'm an entertainer at heart. And I like to have fun with it and show the audience and let them have fun with my routine too. My goal in bodybuilding is to take my competition and my physique as far as I can, drug-free. I'd like to show the audience and the public that bodybuilding can be a mainstream sport too. I also like to show them that it's entertaining, and I think I can do that through my posing routine.
Well, now we know a little bit more about Gigi. Let's watch her in action. She's 24 years old, 5'4", 120 pounds. I like the start.
Joe.
What? No, I like the dramatic pose. Look at this. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, she has a beautiful body to go along with it. She looks like a very seasoned, advanced athlete up there.
20 years as a gymnast.
Gymnasts have got great potential for bodybuilding because when you compete in gymnastics, you're using every single muscle group. A lot of abdominal work, back, lats, legs.
But bodybuilders can't be cheated. I mean, you bulk. Don't you lose coordination?
Did you just see that?
I saw that.
An aerial cartwheel on stage.
She just proved me wrong. Gigi, I'm sorry.
Excellent.
That really was beautiful.
She's a beautiful dancer.
So how many points do you get for that?
Oh, about 5,000.
Uh-huh. They're still looking at the muscle mass.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even though she's doing a lot of fancy moves, the number one thing they're looking at is the symmetry, the shape, the proportion, and the muscle on her frame. And she's really got a nice frame. She moves just magnificently.
from the San Diego area.
One of the things Gigi's done very well is she's prepared herself, not only her skin tone, her tan, but her suit fits great. And I know how hard it is to find a suit that fits right because everybody is a different size and sometimes suits don't like to stay put.
Well, you have to have them made to order sometimes, huh?
Yeah, and actually sometimes girls even sort of spray glue them on so that they stay put.
Ah, a trick.
It is. They really use it. She's great.
She is.
She's just great.
Excellent. The gymnast, now the bodybuilder. Gigi Ambandos from San Diego. She was ranked second in free judging, so that means we've got one more coming up in the middleweights as you take another look at the pump-up room. And all we have left are the heavyweights. People look forward to that. They will be up on the stage shortly, but right now heading for the stage is the top ranked in the middleweights, Peggy Lindsay, 33 years old. Look at the entrance.
And she has a tough act to follow, let me tell you. That's not fun.
5'4", 119 pounds. Watch how she works with this beautiful music. She's from San Diego, works out at the Gold's Gym.
Once again, a totally different style than what Gigi had. It's real slow and controlled. It's more power posing. Much more classical music. It's all a matter of preference on which type of posing you like better. I happen to enjoy both of them. There's a nice last spread.
Well, this isn't the kind that's going to get you up and clapping, but this is certainly beautiful, and I think it goes well with the routine she's chosen. This is a lady who designs wedding dresses. I mean, she's multi-talented. She's a vice chairperson of NPC, women's representative. Used to be in the Army in Europe.
So she knows discipline.
I wouldn't talk back to Sergeant Lindsay.
There's a beautiful pose.
Yes.
See the sartorius muscle in the thigh? All of her muscles are very well separated. Very dramatic.
I feel we're at a ballet.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Beautiful.
Peggy Lindsay. I know Taylor Lee is backstage. I'd like to hear more from Peggy. Let's see if she can grab Miss Lindsay.
Peggy, either everybody in the audience loved your routine or you had a lot of fans out there. Which one?
Everybody from San Diego. My husband was out there, some people from the gym. A lot of good people. They helped me a lot through the year.
Everybody was standing up and cheering for you.
Yes, it felt very good. It felt very good.
Congratulations.
Stay where you are. We are going to Corey's division, the heavyweight, coming up next. Times Square has its neon. Hollywood has its version. And we've got our neon right here on stage at Redondo Beach. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson, strap yourselves in because the heavyweights are ready to begin. Let's go back up on stage. Number 5 in prejudging, Sydney Lubixson. She's coming on strong, 24 years old, 5'8", 140 pounds.
Heavyweights is 125 pounds and over, so she's a real heavyweight, like me, super heavyweight.
That's right. What do you compete at?
I'm not telling, shut up.
What, 148, 150?
None of your business.
Okay. Wow, she's sensitive tonight, folks. She wears her hair down like this. Very cute haircut. Very cute smile. She's having trouble with her positioning, though, right here.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of nerve. Everybody goes through that, too. No matter how confident you look on stage, you still are nervous. I can guarantee that. You feel like you're shaking and you're really nervous, but really from where the judges are standing, they can't see that.
Now, the legs are thick, and I suppose that has something to do with her cycling. 7 years she's been a competitive cyclist.
Oh, cyclists have great legs.
And there go the 6 shooters, and Sydney Lubixson with her little sign language to the audience. They love her here, don't they?
Yeah, she's great.
She leaves the stage, and now the fans are going to be treated to Deborah Rawl, who finished 4th in prejudging. Again, another interesting entrance. They don't just stand there and start. They bring themselves on stage with flair and style.
Yeah, and all the entrances have been different so far.
31 years old, 5'4", 130 pounds. Southern California, Orange County, Gold's Gym.
She was a former ballet dancer. You know, it's a lot easier for those ballet people to get on stage.
Well, I like her incentive to get involved with bodybuilding. She started at the age of 24 to fight gravity. Okay?
That's a good incentive. And that's probably the age where gravity starts to affect most people, too.
Would you believe that she found out after a contest, she found out she was 6 weeks pregnant? She thought that was muscle mass, huh? Surprise, Deborah. What's her strength?
Her strength is her upper body. She, too, carries a little bit too much weight in her lower legs, and that's the gravity that she's fighting. But she's doing a good job of it. She really looks good. Her upper body's great. If you notice, she's posing most upper body poses when she's taking the attention away from her legs. If she can just get them a little more defined, because the muscle is there, you can see it.
Airline attendant, Deborah Rolfe. You're right, she's definitely emphasizing the upper body. So if you were coaching her, you'd tell her, let's work on the lower.
Let's do lots of leg extensions, I say.
Same way she entered, she leaves. She's going to go back and talk now with Taylor Lee.
Deborah, I overheard you saying this is a crazy sport.
Yeah, real crazy.
And why is that?
It takes everything you got, you know, it takes all your time, all your money, it takes everything.
So why would you choose this sport over something else like checker playing?
I don't know. It's a lot of fun, but it's totally consuming. I think you have to become maybe part crazy to do this very long.
Crazy as it is, you did a good job.
I'm kind of partial to checker playing, personally. Taylor, thank you.
Are you a heavyweight checker player?
I'm a champion of champions. Already on stage, Joyce Douglas, 27 years old. She's 5'8", 143 pounds. Placed third in prejudging. Again, another from Southern California. She's from San Diego.
She's got pretty good balance, you know, from her upper body to her lower body. She doesn't have the problem of having too much body fat in one area or the other. 143 pounds is getting up there, too.
Yes.
She has a nice small waist.
You mentioned on an earlier show something about joints. Small joints can help.
Yes. Yes, because it gives the illusion of having a larger muscle. If you have a bigger joint, like in your knee, a lot of women have big knee joints because women structurally have that. And that means that you have to have a lot larger muscle to make the joint look smaller. A small joint makes the muscle look a lot more voluminous. And there's nothing you can do for the size of your joint. She's in very good condition.
One of many here who are going to try to improve and move on. We're on the Tournament of Champions, but they want to move on to the national level and eventually, some of them, pro. Some treat this as a hobby, and some treat it very seriously. Joyce Douglas leads the stage. We'll be back with a continuation of the heavyweights right after this. How about a competition at the Hollywood Bowl one day? That is one beautiful venue. And that's been the scene and site of many a show. Not quite this kind of show, though. Joe Fowler and Corey Everson being treated to the heavyweights. Denise Baldwin is on the stage. She's big, 144.5. Finished second in prejudging. She's also big. You can see in the face, too, big bones.
Yeah. You know, I almost, just briefly seeing her, I almost think that Joyce should have been second because she's a little bit more honed down. You see a lot of body fat in Denise's lower body, and Joyce didn't have that.
Well, in these next few seconds, we'll see what Denise can do to prove that she deserves second.
I mean, they both have great symmetry and shape. Both are, everybody in this contest has been a great poser.
Denise is big. She's obviously ripped. How strong would somebody like this be?
Strength is hard to tell because strength is a matter of leverage. Just because you've got big muscles doesn't mean you're strong stronger than a smaller person. It's all a matter of leverage, your arm length or your leg length. People with short arms can bench press more than a person with long arms.
But what's the old saying? Can you bench press your own weight? I mean, the larger you are, I would think the more you can lift. No?
No, not true. In fact, 1 out of 1,000 men can bench press their body weight. And in the bodybuilding world, it's different. It's like that's an average.
There goes Denise. Coming up next, the top-ranked Heather Tristany. But let's meet her first.
I got into bodybuilding as a result of meeting my husband about 7.5 years ago. And he provided a lot of encouragement and motivation and felt that I really had a lot of potential to do well into the sport. I've always been athletically inclined, so I was very interested in getting into the sport anyway. And I really enjoy doing it. It's something that we can do together, and we always help one another. And I'll probably continue to do it for a long time. One thing that I find disappointing and frustrating about bodybuilding is the way that the mass media tends to portray the bodybuilder, in particular the female bodybuilder. It seems to me that whenever I see an athlete on television, immediately the subject of steroids or steroid abuse comes up. And I find that the honest truth is that it takes years of hard work, diet, you need to be knowledgeable, and above all, lots and lots of training. As far as my training goes, there's nothing that I do that is haphazard. Everything that I do in my training is thoroughly planned out beforehand. But when I come into the gym, I don't want to have to waste time and make my workouts worthless. So therefore, before I come to the gym, I plan my workouts and everything that I'm going to do for the evening. Plus, in addition, my time is limited. So when I come into the gym, I know I'm going to get a good workout and do a good job. I see a promising and exciting future for female bodybuilding, and I hope that I can provide a positive image for women in the sport to encourage them to take up bodybuilding, because you can be strong yet feminine at the same time.
One-on-one with Heather Tristany. Now let's watch her on the stage. Of course, Corey, you know Heather, don't you?
Yes, she trains at Big Buck's gym with me.
29 years old, 5'6", 126 pounds. That's kind of light heavy, huh?
Yeah, it is, but look at the density of her muscle. Heather, let me tell you, is the strongest female athlete to roam this planet. I swear, I've seen her do calf raises with 400 pounds. I've seen her do arm curls with 135 pounds. In fact, she uses the weight, my heavy set is her warm-up weight, believe it or not. She is a strong girl. And she's always in shape. I've never seen her fat, and she's always perfect. You know, she comes to the gym dressed in these perfect matching little outfits, and I look like a slob. You know, she looks great. She's really a good athlete.
And she's a showman. Look at her.
And a great personality, too. She was involved in tons of different sports, in track and field, and baseball, and body surfing. She used to live in Hawaii. She's now into karate.
Well, we're going to see her in the overall pose down as well. What's this 4% body fat? I don't believe that.
Body fat is hard to measure. 4% is getting pretty lean, pretty much to an unhealthy state, but it's very hard to measure.
All right, Heather Tristany leaves the stage, and we'll be back with more. In fact, the pose down. You've been waiting for it. It's next. Stay with us. Back at Redondo Beach, we join the pose down in progress on the stage. 3 ladies vying for the championship in the Tournament of Champions. From left to right, you see the lightweight winner, Gail Revian. In the middle, Peggy Lindsay, the middleweight champion. And you just saw her before the break, Heather Tristany, the winner of the heavyweight. Corey?
I know who's going to win.
Your buddy?
Yeah, I think Heather's going to take it because she's so complete. Her legs are defined, her upper body's defined. Some of the other girls aren't quite defined in their legs, and that's hard to get.
Okay, you see Gail Revian. Here's Peggy Lindsay. She's certainly qualified. Here's Heather.
I mean, that's what ripped me. That's what you're looking at right there. Full muscles. She's not dehydrated at all. This is when the athletes compare with each other. And
why don't you compare them for us then as you see them? You see there's Gail.
Uh-huh.
I know there's different sizes,
Yeah.
but you're still looking at muscle
Yeah,
groups,
it's
right?
just the quality of the muscle and a lot of hard years of training. You can just see Heather's just got a lot denser, thicker muscle without being dehydrated or stringy. A lot of times when girls diet, they get stringy. And really none of these three are stringy at all. Your vascularity improves. You see a lot of veins in these girls' arms because your body fat is so low that your vascularity shows a lot more. At this point, the girls can do any pose that they want. So normally what you do is you show your strong points, and you keep blasting the judges with your strong points. If you got great legs, you keep flexing your legs at them.
As Peggy's doing right now,
Yeah.
on the left of the screen. Okay, I think they're ready. The audience is enjoying it. They really get a kick out of this segment of the competition, don't they?
Yeah, this is the best part.
Gail, Peggy, and Heather from left to right. Who's going to win it?
Well, you know my bet.
I hear some. Yeah. Some of the fans thought so too. No surprise, as Corey picked Heather Tristany to win it, and she does win it for the very reason she listed.
And you know this was her very first contest?
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, you're going to have to give her some grief when you see her back in the gym, huh?
I'm going to slap her around.
National champion Sean Ray 2 years ago. He's going to lift her hand, and that trophy's as tall as Sean almost.
Excellent. Heather looks great.
Heather Tristany. Getting some shots. We'll see that picture in a publication in the near future. Well, we're going to want to hear from Heather, aren't we? We're going to come back and have a backstage interview with Heather Tristany right after this timeout. Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions. Heather Tristany is heading backstage. We're going to work with her.